Before the end of this video, you are going to really learn a lot about businesses generally. Like, I'm just going to describe my personal experience and most things that you need to know that you don't know before now. Um, when it comes to businesses online, there are some things that people really need to know, and all these things. Hold on. Let me just put it. There are some things that people really need to know about businesses. Like, everyone is looking for a good and uh, uh, viable business for them to do online and offline, but they don't know which one to venture into, which one is much more profitable, and which one is the best. But the honest truth about this whole thing is businesses online is not just a plunge in and plunge out kind of thing. Although there are a lot of investment online, there are a lot of in fact, as long as you are connected to the internet, you have a chance to becoming the millionaire and the wealthy person you wish to be. What you just need is a little twist and a little knowledge in the direction that that will help you. What people think about online business, what most people usually think about are things like things that they'll just put their money in and then they'll just get a return immediately, or they'll just jump into a scheme and then jump out with a lot of wealth. But over time, with my personal studies, I've come to realize that doing business online is not just a jump in and jump out kind of thing. It's something that needs a little build up, at least a little build up, for you to be truly wealthy from that source. This is not, I'm not talking about a garish, a quick garish scheme or whatever. What I'm talking about is something that, that will last for a long time, a while. If you take a look at those persons that comes on social media or have ads telling you that, okay, I am this rich, I am that rich, or I have this wealth from an online business. If you go to them or take a look at their business structure, you discover that they have actually built a scheme that it's working for them. So if you are out there and you want to venture into an online business and you're thinking that you just jump into one or two scheme and become extremely wealthy from that scheme, then I'm sorry, that may not really work right now, because what online business entails, it entails building whatever you do, whatever you're doing, whatever you intend venturing into. It needs some level of build up, some level of commitment, some level of investment, which most does not really take much time. Like, there are those that have invested into digital marketing, there are those that have built their social media into a level where what would they call it, brands can contact them, where they can make sales of their followers and all of that. That's one section. Those that are into affiliate marketing, this is what professionals will not tell you. You see professionals coming to tell you, okay, I make so much, I make this from affiliate marketing, I make that from affiliate marketing, I make, in fact, they would, all what you get to hear is how much they make from the affiliate marketing or from whatever they do. But what they didn't tell you, or what they won't tell you most times, is that the first time they got started, they don't make anything out of it. They don't make anything out of it. Like, those people that knows how to run Facebook ads and all of that will understand this clearly. Like, there are most ads that you will run, there are most times you run ad that the first time you run the ad, it's not for the purpose of the sales, it's to gather the audience, and then you only get sales the second time you run the ad. by retargeting those first set of persons you ran the ad to before now. That's called retargeting. So these are the things that these people don't tell you. When you start a business like an affiliate marketing, you could run ad, you could make adverts, you could introduce the persons, and now one thing is some of those persons may not be really ready to purchase your ad or to get into what you are introducing to them at the moment. Most of them will have it in their budget. These days people work budget. You try to get in and get out really quick, before this person will come back to try to get into your scheme or to purchase from you. You're already out, and by then you're already into another thing, and you keep jumping and jumping and jumping, and you think this whole thing doesn't work. Meanwhile, it's just a patience that is needed from you that you are not applying. So another thing is most people that those that build an e-commerce, you can build an e-commerce store, and for the first month or for the first week you might not make any sales, but when people try to get across to your product and they try to understand that, oh, this is real, this is authentic, this is really helpful, this thing is beneficial to them, then you will see an organic customers coming to you, and you start getting sales, and you start making some quick cash. And then the funny thing about this entire thing is, it may be a bit difficult the first time you start it, but once the die is rolling, you can't stop it. Once the ball starts rolling, you cannot stop it. That's just the truth. So what this means is, if you start an online business and you eventually start growing and start making sales, if it's something that require selling, and you start making sales, if it's something that requires sign up and you start getting sign up from people, now what if that product is really good and is good, you're offering good services and products, now the first person, you don't need to advertise most times, because once the first person that uses it find it very useful, they will tell the other persons, and the other person will tell the other person. Before you know, you have a grown business. All right. So if you're getting to an online business, just know that it requires some level of build up. I just imagine some people that will take a job and work in a company or work in an organization that pays them what they may be comfortable with as at the time, and they spend the next 5 to 10 years trying to sticking to that same amount that was given to them, sticking to that exact amount that was given to them from the first day they resumed to the next 5 years. Imagine you're being paid let's say on average, imagine you are being paid about $300 for a job in a month. Now for the next 1 year, every single month you're still being paid $300. For the next 5 years, you stand a chance of still being paid $300. If there might be any raise for you, the raise will not be up to 100%. It could be about 30%, 40%, highest 50%. Let's just say you imagine you get a raise to about $400 monthly for the next 5 years. Most people, if it is where I come from, most times in the next 10 years you're still receiving that same amount. Now can you imagine? And every single day your needs increases, your wants increases, the needs for money increases. And then the first time you got the job, you were very happy, but as time goes on, the sadness in you becomes more and more and more, till you get to an extent that you cannot leave the work anymore, because your life is attached to it. The security of that work will be much more important to you. So imagine you do that, you live that kind of lifestyle, and then imagine you just spending the least 1 year trying to build a structure for yourself online. Just give it 1 year. Give it 1 year. I'm not talking about giving it like they say 5 years or 3 years or whatever. In fact, give it 1 year. Build a structure for yourself online and see how it goes. You come back to thank me later. I bet you. So another thing is that this is not easy. It's not easy, like when you're trying to build a structure for yourself and things like that. You know, you need funds. Most of them needs fund. In fact, in general, it needs at least a little fund to begin, and then it needs persistence. You get a lot of discouragement. Like, imagine you build an e-commerce store. When you build an e-commerce store and you have Amazon, like the Amazon that is already high ranking, and everybody is already on it, and compared to your own store, probably you can't offer anything more than the one Amazon is offering. Let's say you're selling like let's say a book on your store. You're selling it $5, and then Amazon is selling offering it for $4. Where do you expect people to go? They go to Amazon, of course. But imagine you start a store and you have a bigger stores that people are already going to, bigger e-commerce store and everything. It's a lot more discouraging, because when you expect people to purchase from you, they'll be like, oh, this store. In fact, when you run an ad on it, some person will even come under your ad and comment, this is a scam. That is the worst thing that you can ever get on a business that is started. It's so discouraging. But if you persist and you try to keep things cool, try to give everything things a try, give it your best, in no time you discover that most persons will prefer yours to the big Amazon. Okay, so what I'm saying is anything and everything can succeed online, so long as you give it the time to grow and not jump from one to another and complaining and saying that this didn't work, that doesn't work, or that won't work, or stuff like that. Okay, so that's just all I have to say for this video. So I'll be glad if you guys subscribe and make sure you stay tuned. I have a lot of amazing videos to offer you guys. Okay, so those of you that are into forexing and everything and all that kind of businesses of that nature, you should be much more aware of the risks involved. And note, the most important thing is just be sure that you understand the security, like what is involved in whatever you're doing, so you won't be surprised by any of this outcome. Okay, if you're into e-commerce store, just be sure of what is involved. So thank you. One love.